Noon tonight, Joe Biden targeting Republican voters to beat Donald Trump, just launching this ad aimed at Nikki Haley voters as part of a $30 million swing state ad campaign.
Nikki Haley has made an unholy alliance with rhinos, never Trumpers, Americans for no prosperity.
How do you bring these Nikki Haley voters back into the tent?
I'm not sure we need too many.
And Haley voters make up a significant part of the Republican Party. If you just look at some of the most recent primary results after she had dropped out, Haley had nearly 18% of the vote in Arizona, more than 14% of the primary vote in Ohio, 14% in Trump's own home state of Florida. Out front now, longtime Republican pollster and strategist Frank Luntz is with us. Frank, what are your thoughts on Biden going after Haley voters in key swing states?
It's smart because you've got Republicans that don't want to vote for Donald Trump, Democrats that don't want to vote for Joe Biden. There's only about 5% that are truly undecided, and only 7 states are in place. So I want you to consider this. They're going to spend $2 billion on literally 1% of America. And so anytime you got a weakness, you want to exploit it.
Former President Obama, of course, trying to help President Biden make his case to voters last night at this joint fundraiser with also former President Clinton. The Biden campaign excluded cameras from the venue, but they did release some selected clips, including this one.
It's not just the negative case against the presumptive nominee on the other side. It's the positive case for somebody who's done an outstanding job in the presidency.
How much do you think that helps President Obama sort of very vocally vouching for Biden? And do you think at this point that Biden is doing everything he needs to do in his campaign?
I don't think he's doing everything he needs to do. And the fact is, I don't believe it's Donald Trump that's winning. I think it's Joe Biden that's actually losing, that the message isn't strong enough. Look, the economy is pretty strong. Inflation has come down. Unemployment is almost negligible. There's a case to be made. And yet, Donald Trump is beating Joe Biden in most surveys by 2 or 3%. And the key is the swing states. Those 7 swing states, Trump is either tied or leading. And so the messaging and the communication from the Biden effort, let's be candid, the issue of his age is holding him back, just as the issue of the indictments is holding Donald Trump back. Both of them. These are the weakest presidential nominees in American history, both of them. And yet we've got 7 months where the two of them are going to be going at each other. So anytime you bring someone else into the conversation, Barack Obama is reasonably popular, particularly among Democrats, it's going to be helpful. But in the end, both Biden and Trump are going to go at each other with brickbats, and it's going to be a very painful election to watch.
Yeah, we're feeling that already. Today, Good Friday, Easter, of course, this weekend, Trump is hoping his supporters will buy the Bibles that he is now selling. Let's watch.
All Americans need a Bible in their home, and I have many. It's my favorite book. It's a lot of people's favorite book. This Bible is a reminder that the biggest thing we have to bring back America and to make America great again is our religion.
I saw you there, Frank, shaking your head. But that's also, I wonder if that's because the multiple times, and I want to play this, that Trump has really had these awkward exchanges when it comes to religion and his faith. Here is 2 of them, including one with you back in 2015.
But have you ever asked God for forgiveness? I'm not sure I have. I just go and try and do a better job from there. I don't think so. I think if I do something wrong, I think I just try and make it right. I don't bring God into that picture. I don't.
I'm wondering what 1 or 2 of your most favored Bible verses are and why.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. You know, when I talk about the Bible, it's very personal. So I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into.
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite.
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
Your question there, Frank, as I'm refreshed in my memory, it was such a good one there. And yet, despite these moments and others to this day, polls show white evangelical voters are hugely behind him. Why?
I know it sounds contradictory, but they trust him to protect those of faith. The Republican Party, now some people think it's gone too far. And notice I said the word faith, not religion. This is about faith. It's about a private relationship between you and your God. And religion is the named brand of it. And that's not really what this is about. Voters, evangelical voters, trust Donald Trump to protect them and to allow them to practice their faith, and they don't have the same confidence with the Democratic Party. Just as Democrats trust the ability to keep religion and government separate. This is why you have Democrats and Republicans. I just find it unseemly that you're hawking a Bible. You hawked sneakers a few weeks ago. You sell perfume. You sell trading cards. You used to sell beef or meat or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't seem proper. But I want to emphasize it doesn't seem to matter. The public is still narrowly in favor of Trump. So clearly something is going on that all of these issues do not seem to be having the impact that one would expect.
And Frank, before I let you go, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you the question that all of our viewers are wondering, which is, you seem to be joining us from the Oval Office, which is actually at your house in LA. Tell us about this.
Yes, that's correct. I'll get out of the way so you can see the desk right there. That's Ronald Reagan. It's a replica of Ronald Reagan's Resolute desk. That's Kennedy's desk, actually, Reagan's chair. All around me, the couch is Bill Clinton's couch. These chairs are Richard Nixon chairs. You can see the bust up there. I'm even going to lift this up so viewers can get a better view of it. I wanted to have something that represented not a particular president, but the office of the presidency. And the most fun I had was when I sat on that desk in shorts, put my feet up, and said, "Thank you, President Obama, for giving me use of the Oval Office." The greatest thing is the public went out. They lost it because they thought that I was disrespecting the Oval Office. I'm only disrespecting my house.
Just your house. Well, Frank, that is wild. And I thank you for sharing it with us. And thanks for being with us. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.